tell you what I learned from my elders who met in Shangopa, the second Mesa in 1948, and told many things that I felt what they say are very important, not only for Hopi, not only Native people in this land, Western Hemisphere, but all our nations that they knew would be coming here from around the outside of the world.
Mr. Thomas Banyacya, Hopi leader.
My spiritual leaders long time ago know that someday there be people from foreign country will come upon our land and put up what they call rupiki. That means house of glass, where all nations who have able to come into this body will be gathered here and supposed to correct, change, and stop wrong things in this country, the land of the Mutisinum, that means first people, to bring about peace and justice and harmony. And you have been talking about human rights. But all these years, you have not opened a door to the original Native people in this land. Upon this land was given in such a way that this world was taken care of by our elders, religious leaders, through prayer, meditations, and ceremonies for every living thing on this earth. They said it's your responsibility to open the door and listen to the original Native people upon whose land you're staying today, living on today. Every one of us are linked to Mother Earth. Mother Earth is a great, powerful being, living being, and we're part of it. We can't separate from our Mother Earth. We're like baby looking for food. Baby hungry, go to a mother's breast. We walk on the mother's earth every day looking for food, and we find food, and so we are able to be strong and healthy. Our people are concerned that many problems are going to come to this land someday. They know a first world where human life starts. Land was beautiful and clean, but human invented so many things and misuse it. You misuse it on animal, birds, and plant life. They won't stop it. That was totally destroyed by nature. There were upheaval of land. The biggest earthquake took place. Many land was separated, sunk. A handful of people came out to the second world. Second world, they went quite a ways. It was beautiful, clean again. Again, humans start inventing many things. Turn away from their spiritual ways. Moral principles are lost, and they don't correct each other. Invented so many things, so they won't stop that. Then nature took over again. This time, everything froze. There must have been ice age came to that period, but a handful of people came. Third one, third world. Up to that point, we human beings were speaking one language. A third world went quite a long ways, they said. They described many things. I was so impressed with those 80, 90, 100 years old talking about this in 1948, 4 days meeting like this. That really impresses me. So I thought I'd help to carry this message for them. In that 1948 meeting, they said people went quite a ways in that third world, invent so many things, highly developed weapons of all kinds, and they developed spiritual things, and instead of using for good purposes, they turn it against nature again, and this time that world was destroyed by flood. At last stages, very few people who follow the law of Great Spirit who listened sat there. And I noticed in this building, there should be every chair filled by United Nations people here. They should listen first time to Native people upon whose land this is building standing today. Hope we know that there are a lot of problems coming because we misused that power again, and this was destroyed by flood. Only a handful of people came out. I hope that many of you here today will listen and do something. It may be that only a handful of people are going to survive to what we are going right now. That's what Hopis say. When we came to the third world, this time we were given, they gave them languages. They gave them ways to build their spiritual ways. And they gave them food to carry wherever they go. So they went spread out all over this continent to the edges of land. And some of our young people say that our white brother, who has a lighter complexion than ours, he's a white brother, he was given the same instructions, and he was given sacred stone tablets that we still have 2 sets of them in Oraibi and Hordvela. And our white brother took those 2 sets of stone tablets, went around the other side of the world. And he was to record things, to invent things, and if he followed the spiritual way, he was supposed to make life beautiful, clean on the other side and lasting. And then he was to come back here to his younger brother, who's still holding this land in balance by prayer, meditation, ceremonies, fasting, rituals of all kinds. You go up Alaska, you go down the tip of South America, you go west direction, east direction, you come to the center, there are still leaders holding on to their in their land by prayer, meditation, ceremony. So we kept this land beautiful, clean. When it rained, you're not worried about drinking rainwater any place. There were a lot of grass, a lot of animals, birds. This was beautiful, like they described something like I read in the Bible, a place called Garden of Eden. This Western Hemisphere was like that. But when our white brother came, instead of bringing a spiritual circle, he brought his own symbol of a cross. We know that he's going to change many things. We know that he put aside spiritual things and he's going to go out material things, and he's going to again misuse the power he developed, so that he may push our people from east coast to the western direction. Many of our people are going to be forced out of their homeland. And they will take their land rights, their hunting rights, their fishing rights, their forests away from them, and toward last days they're going to be homeless. Today, you see thousands of our own people landless, homeless, starving in this country. This land is a home of our people. This is the only land we have, only country we have. We have taken care of this land according to the law of the Great Spirit. And they told us if whoever comes and disturbs it, he's going to suffer a much greater punishment and soon. This is what really impresses me. So I thought I should go and help bring this message to wherever I may be able to get to. I represent the elders who had no treaty with any nation, not even with the United States government. When our white brother developed things, he will write things, and we use his writings, and he will try to take this land away from us. So they felt in 1946, the United States government passed a law called Indian Land Claims Commission. A bill passed and told the native people in this land that they took this land away from us a long time ago and never paid us anything, no compensation. So if you file a claim against the United States for land that was taken away without compensation, if you fight through their federal court, if you win, they will pay you money. Through the elders, the prophet said, we can't sell on Mother Earth. This land belongs to the Great Spirit. It doesn't belong to the white people. It belongs to original native people because they're taking care of it for the Great Spirit in spiritual ways. So we cannot sell that, Mother. And then a white brother will have inventions also be brought here, wagon, automobile, airplanes, and soon someone's going to take mineral resources out and make more destructive things, which is called gold full of ashes. And there's a timing here, and we are close to the last stages. If no one corrects change these wrongdoings in this land, there'll be a purification take place. 4 directions will come, and we'll really severely punish those who misuse the power they develop and destroy animals, birds, and human beings with it. These are some of the things, terrible things that I hope you know, and I like to tell you this, because today nature is active also. There's terrible earthquakes right now, different places. Landslide, tornadoes, hurricanes, volcanic eruption, tidal waves, hailstorm getting bigger and powerful that it may destroy many nations, buildings soon. If we do not stop messing with chemical stuff, releasing this bad chemical stuff that's going to go up in the air, there'll be like a gas fume up there. They say it might burn up someday. We're going to have fire up there in the sky. We're getting close to that time, and that bad air will come closer and closer. Birds flying up there, they fall down. Bears come into the cities, warning the people that human beings are chopping down trees, their homes, their food. They come and tell you, but they don't understand. Whales came into San Francisco telling the people, you're polluting ocean out there. We can't live anymore. You must stop it. But we don't listen. These are some things that Hopi were concerned when they threw that gold full of ashes on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, burned everything to ashes, leaving things underwater so hot that many things died from heat. Deformed babies appearing. And in the Hopi and Navajo area, they pick up this uranium. They left thousands of tons of uranium waste, creating sickness, cancer, death, deformed babies appearing more and more. Somebody have to clean this mess up. And I believe the United Nations should do that with their laws, rules, and regulations. But now, big corporations, with the help of some political figures, start going out into the Four Corners area, strip mining coal, uranium, gas, and oil. A lot of times they pressure young people to sign contracts which they don't understand. And they find out they gave that land to the government or big corporations. And they're testing this uranium power, underground testing in Nevada. That should stop, because there's danger there. It's going to create many sickness there. It's going to spread out. It's one of those tornadoes rip that up. Millions of people are going to die in a few seconds, wherever that uranium plant is set up. And they are going to bring more problem upon themselves when they mess with the moon and stars. They said they'll have power to get to the moon someday. And they told us, don't bring down anything from that moon to earth, because we already have unbalanced things down here, and if we bring something down from moon to earth, we're going to have more tidal waves, more earthquakes, seasons going to change so much, and there'll be long sicknesses we can't cure for many, many years. These are some things already here. And so we are getting close to this last stages according to this timing in this Mother Earth. And sooner or later, they said the last thing the human being able to invent would be a great big house way up in the sky someday, carrying people and things. When that becomes fulfilled, then this whole world will be in trouble, because they already use the power that developed here. They sent it to Korea, they sent it to Vietnam, they sent it to Mexico, and to other places. Thousands, millions of people are dying from that. Sooner or later, somebody's going to have the most powerful thing, and they're going to throw it here. Destroy cities and towns in a few seconds. Burn to ashes in a few seconds, like they did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They have more powerful atom bomb today than what they threw in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And this is what old people are talking in 1948 that really impresses me. So I volunteered to spread this message. And the Hopis said, now we are entering the most difficult period in our life. We must clean up this mess. If we start cleaning up this mess, many lives will be able to survive and go on into good life again. But if we don't clean up this, we can have all this instrument developed, highly developed, and pretty soon we're going to burn ourselves up to ashes, they said. So we have two roads, a spiritual path led by the Great Spirit that we are taking care of this land in that way. White Brother came, we put him up on the upper road, materialistic path. He's inventing many things, and he thinks he can make more power and money and good time, and he's going to blow the whole world up. There's now a chance for all people around the world to weigh that. What we are doing in that way. Are we going to bring peace and justice and happiness, religious freedom, equality, human rights by doing that any place? It's time we put that aside. It's time we get the leaders who are doing that. Big corporations to stop going out and for money, chopping all the trees every day. Polluting rivers everywhere. Taking land and life from native peoples whose life was being uprooted every day. Thousands of people are destroyed in this country. Grandparents used to tell me when they were growing up, don't you lie, don't you steal, don't you take anything that doesn't belong to you without permission. I think somebody is violating the law of the Great Spirit, law of nature. I think we are headed for the most destructive thing if we do not correct, change, and turn around and make life beautiful, clean, and lasting for the Great Spirit. Thank you.